I believe in Shiva and I believe in my Kula Devam. But even after that, my wife often raises questions on my being a Hindu. She says that why do you always have questions on religion? Why don't you believe in the caste system, the Varnashram, which was created by the Creator Himself? Hello viewers, Vanakkam, Namaskaram to all of you. My name is Amit and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Layman History and Geopolitics. Friends, in Hindu religion, we all know about the Varnashrama Dharma. That is, there are four castes: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and the Shudras. And then there is a class known as the Dalits, which are not even mentioned in Hindu religious scriptures. So lowly they are kept in Hindu religion. So, friends, when we talk about this Varnashrama, it is said that the Creator created these four castes. The Brahmins came out from the head of the Creator. From the chest came the Kshatriyas, from the thighs came the Vaishyas, and from the feet came the Shudras. And the people whom we say are the untouchables of the yesteryears, the Dalits of present, the SCs, STs, they are not even mentioned in Hindu religious scriptures, the sacred religious scriptures, the Vedas. They don't even find a mention around there. Fact remains, the Hindu religion came with the Aryans, and the Aryans were the invaders who came from the steppes of Central Asia and Europe. When they came to India, they did face the original inhabitants of India. Pitched battles must have been fought, but since the Aryans had horses and maybe they had superior weapons, the original inhabitants of India were pushed deep south, and today they reside in the peninsula, that is southern India. The Dravidian people, the people of the Dravidian stock, the Tamils, Malayalis, Telugus, the Kannadas, all of these people are the original inhabitants of India. And basically, we would say, as far as the archaeological evidence proves, it is the Tamils who are the very original inhabitants of India. So, when these Aryans pushed these people south and they started living with them in some places, it could be so that the Aryans devised this caste system to keep their racial purity and impose their authority on the local natives of this land. And in the later years, in the later ages, during the later Vedic period, it must have so happened that to give it a sanction of religion, it was made a an instrument of divine will, that the Creator has created these castes. So in this caste system, what happened was that the Brahmins, as we have already spoken, were on the top of the hierarchy, but they were not in majority anyways. They were a miscellaneous minority and they wanted to maintain their hegemony over all these castes. So what they did was that they institutionalized this caste system religiously and socially to keep control over the majority of the populace. And it so happened that these Brahmins inflicted mental and psychological damage on the minds of the majority by saying that you are worthless. They broke the confidence of the majority of the masses by saying that you are worthless. You don't have any worth. You don't have any self-respect. You are not even fit to be considered as human beings. If a Brahmin committed a crime, it was said that a Brahmin cannot commit a crime, and even if he does, he cannot be punished for the act, he cannot be tortured. On the other hand, the people from the lower caste, if they even did commit a petty crime, they were given severe torture, they were given severe punishments. And it is also said that during those times, a person from a lower caste could not accumulate wealth, because if he could accumulate wealth, he would become proud and it would pain the Brahmin. So these were the facts of our ancient times. And Brahmins had a language, and the language was the Sanskrit. Now, the Sanskrit was considered as Devani or Dev Bhasha. And all the religious scriptures were written in Sanskrit in the north. And Brahmins had the sole right to interpret these sacred scriptures. And Brahmins had the sole language as Sanskrit, the Devani, which was not taught to the local populace. So when this local populace spoke Brahmi, Pali, Prakrit, the Brahmins used to converse in Sanskrit. They had a higher status, and this higher status continued from those times till the 18th century. They used to consider themselves as different from the local populace, from all the people on a higher strata. And the kings also used to exalt the status of the Brahmins. They used to give them land grants, and on these lands, the peasants used to toil, and the Brahmins had the fruits of their labor. It was not like that in those ancient times the pushback did not come. The pushback did indeed come during against these discriminatory practices. Jainism was a result of these oppressive practices. Jainism came into being, Buddhism came into being. Over a period of time, they became major religions in India. But when Shaivism rose during the 9th and 10th centuries, due to the Bhakti movement, it so happened that the Brahmins were very clever. Sorry, excuse me. The Brahmins were very clever. What they did was that they said that Buddha is a form of Vishnu. And when Sikhism also arose, after some time, they said that the founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, is also an incarnation of Bhagwan Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. So they tried to suppress these movements, which were basically anti-Brahmin movements. These movements basically sprang up due to these discriminatory practices of these Brahmins. History is always written by the victors. And all through these ages, whosoever was in power, the Brahmins were the victors. They were in power, and they were writing everything. In coming to the modern times, we know in 1873, Jyotiba Phule in Maharashtra, through his Satya Shodhak Samaj, tried to reform the society. He went against Brahmanism. In South, we all know about Yothi Thos in Tamil Nadu. He said that the Periyar Jati are the original inhabitants of India. They were basically Buddhists. They were basically cursed into Hindu religion. So he was also against the Brahmin ideology. And then we all know about Periyar and his self-respect movement. So many of you would pose me a question, why I'm talking about Brahmins today? They are harmless. They are hardly visible today these days. But then there is a fact. And the fact today is that these Brahmins, though, are not visible, but in large swathes of India, they have disproportionate economic prosperity, disproportionate economic income. While the people toil on their lands, basically in North India, South India, everywhere, they enjoy the fruits of their labor. Brahmins are exalted as high-born. They have high status just due to on the basis of their birth. And they are given educational opportunities, encouragement for education based on their scholarly perspectives. Based on their scholarly perspectives, they are given avenues for higher education, whereas people coming from the lower caste are so harassed at times, so bullied at times, that those people coming from the lower caste have to resort to even suicide. We all know about the Telugu Brahmins and the Tamil Brahmins. See, historically, these people went outside because they had the opportunities, they made up careers, they got economically very well off, they became economically very well off. Contrast it with the people coming from the lower caste. They did not have any opportunities for education, they did not have any opportunities for travel. And even when these people went outside, what they do? These people engaged in menial jobs. They even do manual scavenging, and these people are most prone to human trafficking. Such as the condition of the people coming from the lower caste, even if they go abroad, they face multiple challenges. Mean median income of Indian American households is something around $1,51,000 as per 2023 census. And the fact remains, they are mostly class, high caste individuals of India region who reside in America. Such as the discrimination around. In South India, we all know during the British rule, 3% of Brahmins had 70% of the government jobs. So when a person used to go to collect the revenue from the peasants on behalf of the British, it used to be the Brahmin. The lawyer used to be a Brahmin, a doctor used to be a Brahmin. And that was the very reason when 1871 census was conducted, there were plethora of castes in Tamil Nadu region, Madras presidency of that time. So there were two columns, Brahmin and non-Brahmin. And that is from where the anti-Brahmin sentiment started in Tamil Nadu. All the castes started coming together. When we talk about the government of today, the union government of today, it is rationalizing the education system. And on the realm of rationalization, we all know what is going to happen. They are omitting very important parts of Indian history. And it is for sure that they would be glorifying the Brahmins, they would be glorifying the Aryans, and they would try to homogenize the entire Indian society without caring about its unity and diversity. I'm not saying that the Brahmins of today are the perpetrators of these crimes, of these caste heinous crimes, but the fact remains, as the white people in the West are bearing the fruits of the labor which their white ancestors did. They built a society that would favor the white, same as happening in India. These Brahmins have their networks, they have their privileges. Whatever we believe or not, they have their networks, they have their privileges. Even on some boards, some educational boards or some hiring boards, you would find that they would be mostly higher caste. So, what opportunities would a lower caste person get? That's a question. So, friends, this was my little video. I hope it will put some value to your minds. I request all of you to kindly like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel, Layman History and Geopolitics. And there's a kind request. My channel is a fairly new channel. I've been working on it a lot, but I'm not able to attract new members. So it's a humble request to of all of you to kindly consider joining my channel as a member. It does not even cost 2 cups of tea per month. So kindly consider my request. That was all from me. Vanakkam, namaskaram to all of you. Thank you.